For more on the crisis, we're joined now by Vladimir Golstein. He's the head of the Department of Slavic Studies at Brown University. Thank you very much for your time, Vladimir. Now, what do we make of President Zelensky's comments yesterday that world leaders are overstating the likelihood of war? Are these comments by Biden and other world leaders worsening the crisis?
I think Zelensky is absolutely correct, but what we have to remember that each country in this conflict pursues its own agenda. What Ukraine wants probably from all that, from this escalation, is additional military or humanitarian aid from Europe and from United States. They also want to sort of keep the gas pipe, which supplies Europe with Russian gas, intact. So that's their agenda. They're not interested in the war, they're not interested in provoking Russia, and they know very well that Russia is not interested in escalating military conflict. In terms of United States, it's a totally different story. United States and NATO allies, they need every time justify their existence, and that's what they want. So for them, every movement, and this is not much of a movement either, as Zelensky also stressed, that's a usual movement. If you look at the Russian forces on the border with Ukraine since 2014, their average size is 80,000, 90,000. So the very fact that now we have 100,000, it's not a big deal. Everybody knows it, except innocent Western public, which, to which their leaders scream, Russians are amassing troops, NATO have to strengthen, pay more taxes, and will use your money for further militarization. So that's the Western agenda. Another aspect of United States agenda is to split Russia from Germany, because this is another very important conflict. So now Germany is conflicted. They want to trade. They want to, deal with Russia, with Ukraine, with the rest of Europe. Now somehow this conflict pits Germany either to two sides, to the side with the United States, to the side with others. So each country pursues their own agenda, and we have to remember that rather than fall the prey to all this escalation and screaming and fear-mongering.
In fairness, though, to Zelensky, the panic, he says, is really hurting the economy, and Ukraine is the country that is under threat here. It's been here before. Shouldn't world leaders be listening to the country that's really under threat in this crisis?
Absolutely, but I think Zelensky is also conflicted. Basically, his country is located in the heart of Europe. So if a smart Ukrainian leader will try to make sort of, peace with all, involved, players, and Ukraine can benefit tremendously from being between Russia and Germany, and trading with all sides and being very peaceful with all sides. United States, however, wants Ukraine to be very hostile to Russia. That's their agenda. That's their goal. So Zelensky is torn apart. Part of him wants to please the United States and escalate, but then when the United States got carried away with it, he himself gets scared. His public gets scared. It's detrimental to the economy. It's detrimental to Ukrainian trading with Germany. So he's absolutely correctly said, calm down. But, United States, unfortunately, is going to milk Ukraine. They were milking Ukraine since 2014. This is the history. Now they use Ukraine for their Trump gate, impeachment tribe. Now they, use Ukraine for building up NATO, and they will continue to do that. And so the rest of the world should listen to Ukraine probably, and put pressure on the United States to calm down.
Vladimir, really appreciate your time there. Thank you very much. Vladimir Golstein there. He's the head of the Department of Slavic Studies at Brown University.